we need domestic demand for treasuries if we're going to let this unwind. And in order to do that, they have to come to some resolution on the yield for these stable coins. Otherwise, the banks aren't going to be launching them at scale, which is what's going to drive enough demand to be able to shore up the bond market. So we need some type of resolution on that. We had Cynthia Loomis post the yield sign over there on Twitter toward the end of last week, basically insinuating that they are going to come to some type of resolution on that in the near term. Whether the Clarity Act gets passed in totality or not, I don't know. But I don't think it matters a whole lot for XRP and a few of the other digital assets at this point. You have the CFTC and the SEC coming out listing joint language and how they're going to be regulating the space, kind of working in lockstep, basically saying that the majority of these digital assets at this point are commodities in and of themselves. Just the contracts on top of those and how you're using these assets, which would be under the SEC's purview and listed as securities. So with that actual framework, I do think that you're going to see actual, adoption of these networks and protocols. I think that these assets are going to be listed on banks' balance sheets in the near future. You have the OCC coming out saying that, according to them, we'll see if this is true or not, as of April 1st, you could see banks holding these digital assets on their balance sheets. That's a big, big deal. We're not that far from that. We're only, call it 9 days from potentially banks and institutions starting to adopt these digital assets. And we heard David Schwartz say at XRP Community Day that for XRP in particular, the reason that they've had, some apprehension in holding that asset is the volatility. So I think things need to be a high, stable value before they're actually willing to do that. So we'll see what transpires over the next week or two here. We did have Solana and many other large accounts on Twitter come out yesterday evening and say this is going to be a big week, that they are hearing things from Congress, regulators, and other sources, basically insinuating that we could see some volatility in the market this week. With all of the macro events currently, on the docket here, I don't think that that's out of the realm of possibilities. But we will see,